Today is potentially relegation day. If we lose, we are down. Come join me for a day full of goals conceded, protests against the club, and much more. Here we are then, team news is in for a dreadful day most likely. The assumption is that Casey McAteer has got an injury, otherwise it would be very harsh to drop him, especially for Bobby D Cordova-Reid. The rest of the team kind of expected, thought that Fast would come straight back in. Ricky P starting is great. I'd love to see Monga get some minutes off the bench today, and no Jake Evans sadly. But Mavididi starting with El Canous is all that I really have to live for the remainder of the season, so that's okay. Their team news, as expected, basically their standard starting 11. Salah's going to tear us a new one, their midfield is going to rip right through us, and we're going to basically be up against this impossible force of Van Dijk and Konate, so I'm expecting a 4-0 loss. Prove me wrong, make it only 3.
Protest before the game. The plane flying. People are not happy. But in my opinion, it's just pathetic and embarrassing to go that far. From this to this. Players are getting food as they're read out. Nice and toxic atmosphere ahead of today. Don't you hate to see it? Our fans are embarrassing. The whole world smiles with you. The whole world smiles with you. Unless they are Leicester City fans that have paid to have a plane fly around the ground. Come on, prove them wrong. Oh my God. The resulting corner. Their fans loving life, as you would be. You're about to win the prem. Oh, Bob. Hamble. Thomas has had an okay start, first 8 minutes or so, up against Salah. Goodness me. Liverpool counter after we hit the post. Mavididi with some great work down the far side up against Connor Bradley. Falls to Ndidi, who strikes in, hits the post. And then they go down the other end and nearly score themselves. What a game for the neutral. Every time they get the ball, they look like they're going to have a shot on target at a bare minimum. Result in corner. Goodness me. 14th minute with some very quiet singing and one other banner. It's so pathetic. They can't even sing for a full 60 seconds. And yet, they want to say that it's a protest. We've got a free kick. El Canous done Salah. Look at this. Oh. Come on, someone have a shot. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well done. Luke Thomas had a game a couple of years ago in Salah, and he did him really, really well. Hopefully the same today. He's had a great start, first 20 minutes. Well out. We could be doing worse. We've looked worse against teams at the bottom of the table. We're not having much luck going forward here. Liverpool are the ones creating all the chances, as expected. Another free kick. But we're defending relatively well. Once the ball gets into our box, we're clearing it well. Thomas is having a great game against Salah. Ricky P is doing well. So it's just on midfield. It's getting absolutely... Well, it did look like a foul. Our midfield is getting absolutely rolled over by their three, which is unsurprising, but it's a problem for us. It means they are just camped on the edge of our box. Van Dijk. Oh my god, what a save. Oh my god. Will, that is huge. One of those days. Maybe. Don't concede now. Took it off Sal's head. And there you go, there's your end of the half. You can't be upset at that. Clean sheet against Liverpool in 45 minutes of football. These guys are one touch away from the Premier League title. We're one away from relegation. It's hard to find positives in a lot of these games, but you have to today.
Very brief half-time thoughts. Pretty much what I said. Not too bad.
Second half underway. Luke Thomas again. That's the class so far. Saved by Hansen. Someone's going to shoot at some point. We're defending very, very deep. It's only 8 minutes into the second half. They don't really have much choice though. They are putting on a lot of pressure. Oh my god, what's going on? Massive save by Matt. No idea what happened before that. Well done. Oh my god, it's one of those days for Salah. Subs for both teams. Jota on for Gakpo. And we are taking Jamie and Bobby off for Saka and running off day. 9 minutes for Monkey yet. Hopefully later we'll see him get some. Maybe he'll get some on for Bilal or Seppi. Bilal is looking a little bit leggy today, but I like it. Positive subs. Are they actually going to score a home goal? Oh, not with a cross like that. And this is now terrifying. We've got multiple options on here. A little bit surprised actually on that one. Oh my god, that would have been a sick counter goal. Oh, it's a poor ball and we actually have an opportunity there. Salah into Luke Thomas's pocket. What a performance. looked like he did. Although I thought it wasn't a goal. I got excited because I thought they'd randomly not given it as a foul, even though it looked like a blatant nudge on the keeper. Oh my God. Not straight away. Well done. Let's go! Harvey, Elliott and Trent on for Bradley and Zollers wide. Oh, we've worked so hard for that as well. Maybe there's a foul. Yeah. Oh! Steffi's probably done for the season. Which is really sad. It's been really good. Oh, he gets the minutes from longer. It's good to see. 7 minutes added on. You just got to go for this point. You've got to create at least one last chance. This is it. This is it. No! We had the shot that we were hoping for. Oh, that's all we could really ask. The last few seconds of us as a Premier League team. For some reason, the ref not ending the game. Here we go. We are officially relegated. Season over. Liverpool 1 win away from winning the league. And that is that. We've got 2 more home games. We have our fans chanting that we are going down, which I'm not sure how that helps anybody. Yeah, didn't realise we were going down until they sung that. Ridiculous, man. We've been awful, but today's performance was actually pretty good. Lots of negative chants, as you can expect, whereas Mo, going over to their fans, they're elated. There's a handful of players that maybe deserve some applause today. Luke Thomas is one of them. He was actually really, really good. He kept Salah quiet today, so I think for once, a player actually deserves a bit of applause. Most of the rest of them, I mean, they actually weren't that bad, but they weren't outstanding.
So, what is there to say post-match? Well, obviously, we are relegated. I am going to be doing a video in the next few days that is talking specifically about what next for Leicester City, basically. We're relegated. What happens with all of the players? We'll go through each of them individually. The manager, any other coaches, the board, sporting director, owner, etc. We'll go through all of that in that video. Today, this video is about today's game. So, what is there to say? I think the frustration is that we have put 2 performances now back to back that if they had happened 5 months ago, 4 months ago, you would have felt really positive about them. A draw against Brighton and a 1-0 loss to Liverpool are potentially things that you can look at and think, okay, we're actually pretty decent and competitive. And maybe you can use that to, when you play against the teams that are in and around you, Wolves, West Ham, etc., you can use that as a springboard to get some confidence and go and beat them. But it's irrelevant at this point. Is that the reason why we've performed the way we have? There's no pressure anymore, right? Even though it was only mathematically that we were relegated after today's game, it was obvious. It happened months ago. But we would have needed to win all remaining games and West Ham lose every remaining game of the 5 that we both have, or something like that, 6, in order to stay up. So we were done. Does that mean that we played with more freedom? Is it because Ricardo Pereira is back from injury and we suddenly look better when he's in the team because he's one of our best players? Maybe. Where would we have been this season if our right-hand side had been Fatawu on the wing and Ricky P behind him? It's impossible to say. But I'm not going to go in on the players, manager, club, anything like that today, because as I say, we'll have a big discussion sit-down video that's probably going to be like a half an hour long video or something that's coming up in a few days, where we go over everything for the future of the club, what needs to change, what I would like to change, and things like that. Today, I feel like defensively, our fullbacks were really good. Like, Luke Thomas had an amazing game against Mo Salah. I don't know who they gave the official man of the match to on whatever it was on Sky, I guess, or TNT, whatever. Maybe they gave it to Trent or Van Dijk because they kept the clean sheet and Trent obviously came on and got the goal. But for our side of things, it was definitely Luke Thomas. He actually had a game a couple of years ago where he was also the same. He dominated Salah. I don't know why he seems to be able to do it, but then can't do it against lesser opponents. Is he going to be our starting left-back next season? Maybe. And if so, I'd be okay with that. I thought he was really good. Ricky P was good. I thought Jamie, again, was poor. And once again, you saw when Daka came on. I know that most of our fan base, for whatever reason, hates him. And sometimes it's because maybe like his touch isn't the best or he falls over. But he puts in so much more effort than Vardy. One of the things that you see with Vardy is he'll stay in the middle. Even if the ball is with the right back and they need an outlet and maybe the right winger has come short to offer them an option, Vardy will stay in the middle. So today he was just sat with Van Dijk, and anytime the ball goes near him, Van Dijk clears it. Whereas Daka will peel off to the wing, give you an option, give you an out ball. And then in terms of the press, he gives you more energy. I cannot believe that Vardy has been starting as many games this season as he has over Daka. And it may have been that Daka would have started all these games and he would have been poor and like profligate in front of goal. Okay, fair enough. But the fact that he's been limited to so many sub-appearances is really frustrating to me. Because if it had been the other way round, right? The names were the other way round and they were performing in the way that they were, no one would question switching them up. But because of the sentimentality of Vardy, he always gets to play. I'm assuming that Casey McAteer was injured today because he was okay against Brighton, but wasn't in the squad. It was nice to see Monga get a few minutes. You think he probably would have got a lot more if we were like 3-0 down or something, but we were still in the game until later on. And so it was a bit risky bringing on a 15-year-old. So that's a shame, but it is what it is. I think our midfield has struggled in the last few games. Samari and Wilf, especially Ndidi. Like, when he initially came back from his injury, he looked really good again. But the last month or so, he's been honking in basically every game he's played, giving the ball away a lot. He did come up with one massive block today, which I think will be in the video. But on the ball, shocking. So I think midfield is probably where we ended up losing today because Liverpool's midfield is fantastic. And that's what they do. But it's an okay performance in a game that sadly doesn't matter. Does it mean that we now will play with complete freedom now that we are officially relegated? We will play more youth players. We'll bin off the players that are most likely not going to be here next season in the remaining games to see what we've got going forward. I'd like that. But it is what it is. See you later, Premier League. In a bit.